You've probably heard it by now, women in menopause should lift heavy. And yes, the science behind that is solid. But if you've never picked up a dumbbell in your life, that kind of advice can feel a little bit like being thrown in at the deep end. So let me say this right from the start. Heavy is relative. If you've never strength trained before, everything is going to feel heavy at first. And that is not a bad thing. It's where we start and it's how we build. I'm not here to be the loudest voice on YouTube. I'm here for the women who have felt ignored, overwhelmed, or told they're doing it wrong. This space is just for you. I am all for women getting stronger. I love it when I see someone grab a heavier dumbbell because they feel ready. But I also believe the most powerful thing a woman can do in midlife is just start. Because let's be real for a second, a lot of us have spent years putting our families first. Money went to school uniforms, clubs, bills, and not kettlebells. Time went to everyone else. And now we're told we need to hit the gym 4 or 5 days a week and lift heavy. For many women, that advice is just not helpful or sustainable. So let's break it down. How do we build strength if we don't have a gym, loads of equipment, or any experience? Strength training is anything that puts resistance on your muscles. So something they have to push, pull, or work against. And this is how our muscles get stronger. It doesn't have to be heavy, it just needs to be challenging. That resistance can come from your own body weight, from resistance bands, dumbbells, or kettlebells, or even things around the house like water bottles, backpacks, shopping bags, or gardening. You don't need a fancy program to start. What you do need is consistency, progression, and good movement patterns. When you challenge your muscles, they break down just a tiny bit. Don't worry, it's actually a good thing. Then, when you rest, they rebuild, and they rebuild stronger. This is how you build lean muscle. You protect your bones and you support your joints. Even when you're using your own body weight, you can build strength if you're consistent and intentional. Push-ups, squats, bridges, planks, these all count. And when we add bands or light weights, we can create enough resistance to stimulate change, especially if you're a beginner or if you're returning after a break from exercise. The advice to lift heavy is well-meaning and is absolutely beneficial, but it also makes some women feel like they've already failed before they've started. And here's what I've seen in my work. Most women don't need to be told to lift heavier. They need to be told that they're allowed to start where they are. So if a 5-kilo dumbbell challenges you, that's heavy for you. And if you do that consistently, your muscles will respond, your bones are going to get stronger, and your confidence is going to grow. And then you'll be able to move up to a heavier weight or be able to move with more complex movements with that weight. And that is growing strength. And here's something we don't talk about enough. You're already lifting in everyday life. You're carrying laundry baskets, you're pushing the vacuum cleaner or the lawnmower, you're getting up off the floor or climbing the stairs, you're lifting the kids, the grandkids, or you're picking up shopping bags. These are real, functional movements. And when we train those movement patterns in our workouts, we're not just building strength for looks, we're building strength for life. We're building strength for living well with fewer aches, better balance, and more confidence. In my workouts, I use what's called compound and functional training. So this means we train multiple muscles at once, so the workouts are time efficient. We use natural movement patterns like pushing, pulling, squatting, so that we can build strength for the movements that we do in day-to-day life. And we challenge your muscles and your heart together, so you can build strength and stamina at the same time. And we do all of this using resistance bands, body weight, dumbbells, or whatever you have access to really. And I can promise you this, you will get stronger. You will feel more stable. And you'll be able to move through life with more energy and less pain. If you have access to a gym, that's great, but you don't need a gym. And you don't need to lift heavy on day one. You just need to start. You need to be consistent and you need to build that habit and keep going. If you're enjoying this video, don't forget to subscribe and send it to someone else who you think might really enjoy this too. If you're ready to build strength without feeling overwhelmed, I've got a whole library of home-friendly strength workouts made just for women like you. You can start with body weight and then build up when you're ready. There are loads of adaptations and alterations to get you going. Just click on the link to have a little look and see what I've got in my library. Remember, strength isn't about being the strongest in the room, it's about showing up, especially on the days where you really don't feel like it. And building the best version of you who feels strong, steady, and empowered in your own skin. You've already taken the first step just by being here, so let's keep going. In my next video, we're talking all about cardio, how to train your heart and lungs in a way that supports your hormones, mood, and recovery. So if you've ever wondered, is walking enough? Is cardio helpful? Do I need to sweat buckets to make it count? You're gonna wanna stick around for the next video. Don't forget to subscribe, leave a comment, like the video, and share with a friend. And I'm gonna see you at the next session, whether it's down on the workout mat or right here for some more info about menopause and midlife.